Okay, we're going to recap what we did on Monday. This chart classifies polynomials according to the number of terms. This chart classifies them according to the number of degree. If you need to, stop the video, look over that. Standard form means that you want to go from the highest power down to the lowest power. So we have rewritten these in standard form. This one is a degree 3. It has 2 terms, so we use these charts above to call it a cubic binomial. All of this is review from Monday. So if you're having trouble or you're struggling, you can stop the video and go back and look over that. Today, what are we learning today? Today we're learning to add and subtract polynomials. So we have some examples here. You're going to find that this is very similar to what we did yesterday, especially the ones that say add, because when you're adding, nothing changes about the signs. They stay exactly the same. So I want you to look through number 6. It says 5x squared plus 8x minus 10 plus negative 12 minus x plus 3x squared. We're going to start with the highest exponent, and we're going to combine things that are alike. So what's the highest exponent I have here? Is there anything that matches 5x squared? Okay, when you put those together, are they both positive? What do you get when you put them together? 8x squared. Notice that the x squared part did not become x to the 4th. It's just a label telling me what to match together. So I've used x squared. I now need to look and see if I have any regular x's. Landon? Hey. Let me pause this. So what I'm looking for now are the regular x terms. I have an 8x here. Do I have anything that matches it? Okay, and y'all know that's like a negative 1, right? So positive 8 and negative 1 are going to give me 7. Okay, so what's left? Negative 10 and negative 12. They're both negative. Negative 22. That is your answer. The problem says add the polynomials, write the answer in standard form. It doesn't ask me to identify it. If I did, I would call it a quadratic binomial. Oh, no, not a binomial. What is it? Trinomial. Okay? Now, let's go. What was the highest exponent in number 7? Did anything match that? And this one was negative. It's being subtracted. Negative 1x cubed, 7x cubed. What's that going to give you when you put it together? It's not going to be negative 6. It's going to be positive 6x cubed. A negative 1 and a positive 7 make a 6. Then I'm looking for x squareds. I have negative 9x squared and positive 9x squared. They're going to cancel out and make 0x squared, and I'm not going to write any of that at all. I'm not going to write the 0. I'm not going to write the x squared. The whole thing's gone. 8x and 8x. Well, I'll be. It happened again. 8x and minus 8x also make a 0, and it's completely gone. So then I'm going to circle my regular numbers. Positive 4 and negative 10. When I combine those, I get negative 6. Nobody asked me, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you it's a cubic binomial. Okay? Okay, this is the part of the lesson that I think is different from what we've done so far when we've been working with these polynomials. It says to subtract. If you look between the two polynomials, there's a subtraction sign. If you look back at the two we just did, in between them was a plus sign. We didn't have to worry about this if it's a plus sign. But if it's a minus sign, there's a little bit different thing we have to do. That subtraction sign affects everything behind it. It actually changes the signs. If it's negative, it makes it positive. If it's positive, it makes it negative. So look here, everybody, look right up here. You don't need to be looking at your computer. I'm going to rewrite this problem. The first part stays exactly the same. I don't need the parentheses anymore, but be very careful that you change the sign. This is going to make this be negative 12x squared plus 6x plus 3. Everything behind the subtraction sign changed. Nothing in front changed. Then you're ready to combine. So we did not change the front because it didn't have a negative out front. We almost think of this as a negative 1 that gets multiplied by 12x squared and makes it negative 12x squared. Negative 1 times negative 6x makes it positive 6x. And negative 1 times negative 3 makes it positive 3. Now you're ready to combine like terms. What goes with 9x squared? And what will that give you? No, that's 9, and that's negative 12. That's negative 3x squared. Does anything match negative 4x? And what happens when you combine those? Do you get 10? That's negative 4 plus 6. You don't get negative 2x either. 2x. Now you've got 8 and 3. Are 8 and 3 both positive? So that's 11. I want you to rewrite the first one without parentheses exactly the way you see it. X minus 2x cubed plus 8 minus 7x squared. Nothing changed. Super easy. You with me? Starlin, you with me? I'm on number 9 now. Now we're moving over here. And you think of this as a negative 1 that gets distributed across this last parenthesis. And all it does is change the sign. Negative 1 times 8 is negative 8. And negative 1 times 5x is negative 5x. And negative 1 times negative 3x cubed just changes it from negative to positive. Okay? Yes. All we did was we changed the sign of the last part. That's all that does. Now go back and collect like terms. Watch your signs. That's negative 2 and positive 3. Okay. 1x cubed. Now we have negative 7x squared. Does anything match that one? So you just write it down with its sign. I've got a regular x at the beginning. I slid a little 1 over in front of it so we wouldn't forget about it. And then I've got this 5x that's negative. So 1 minus 5x, negative 4x. I'm going to circle my regular numbers. Plus 8, minus 8. If I used everything up here, that makes 0. So just, you're done. You don't have to write a 0. Okay? Now, when do you have to do this extra step, y'all? When it's subtraction. So I want you to look at these problems in this list. And I want you to circle number 6 and number 5 and number 8 and number 7. Because those are the 4 where you have to do this process. I want you to put a check mark by 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 because you don't have to do that. They're ready to go. Okay? Right. Right. So you need to do 1 through 8 for homework. Okay? 1 through 8. I'm going to take a picture of all of this and post it to Teams so the kids that aren't here can see it.